Welcome to Not From Here, a podcast dedicated to past versions of ourselves.
And the current versions of all of you. We are your co-hosts. I'm Riley Klauza.
And I am Isa Rodriguez. And we are just a couple of Michiganders turned New Yorkers trying to get a grip.
Have you ever been made fun of for the way you say things or thought, damn, I never even realized I had an accent?
Well, we have too, because we're definitely
not from here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey! Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. TGIF.
TGIF.
Happy New Year.
Thank God. Actually, no. Actually, I don't like 2025 so far.
It's been a weird start to
But
the
maybe
year.
that's just me. I don't know. How do you feel?
No, I feel the exact same way.
I knew you did.
It
That's
just
why I
kinda
asked.
felt like, it just kind of felt like we rolled over and things just kind of got like gross and weird.
And we went in with so many intentions too. We were like, this is going to be the best year of our life.
Yes.
And it truly is not so far.
It's so funny too because like we are on day 10.
Yeah.
But you know, like it is the first of the year, so why aren't we
is it
feeling better?
Why is it starting so low?
That's the question. But not only are we feeling a certain type of way, right? Because that's separate from everything else, but like the fires.
I'm sorry.
How is
the world is falling apart?
How is one to, you know, oh yeah, I'm going to the gym today without like seeing the flames everywhere.
God. Is that all your For You pages right now?
It's a lot of it.
Yeah.
And also,
I mean, rightfully so.
but I've also just noticed like at work, I work in customer service and like serving people, like you talk about the weather a lot, especially when it's like a come in and grab and go kind of thing. And so it's been very cold in New York lately, as we've referenced before. Brick outside.
Oh, it's fucking brick.
It's brick. But it's crazy because people will come in and talk about how cold it is and they're like, you know, but like we're just thinking about like our friends in LA because like we're lucky. Like we're lucky to be talking about the cold in reference, like in comparison to what they're going through
Exactly.
right now.
Yeah.
So we are sending lots of, I don't know, not to sound like those people on the internet, but I am thinking and praying for all of the
Like,
people
every day. Like that's all I think
in California and everybody affected by the fires, all of those families and the people losing their homes and their belongings. I've also, sorry to like go on this tangent.
Go on it.
But I've been seeing on TikTok too, people are discussing how a lot of the homes impacted by this right now are rich people homes. And I just want to like use our platform very quickly to say that while maybe there are wealthy people losing their homes and their belongings in the fire, that does not mean that it is deserved or that we as humans should be wishing that on one another. Like, just put yourself in their shoes. Like at the end of the day, they're still a person and they still have valuable things that cannot be replaced. Even money, we know this. Even money can't buy some things, right?
Yeah.
So don't be that person wishing ill, like, I don't know, someone's house burning down just because they might be in the 1%. Like, let's just, and so many things going on. Like, let's just go back to being like people. I feel like that's something that we forget all of the time is that like we are all just people. Like we're all the same. And there are so many things in our society that divide us. And like something like a natural disaster like should be something uniting all of us.
Exactly.
No space for more division. So if you're commenting those things on TikTok, literally get a job.
Yeah. Like get help. I'm sorry.
Find something better to do. I don't want to see it anymore.
Oh my God. And definitely like going off of what you just said, like please look into the resources to help out these people if you can. One thing in particular that I am looking to do is Second Market is offering a match service. So if you have clothes to donate or items or anything that could help, you just like fill out, it took 30 seconds to fill out a form, name, email, what size like I wear, male, female, whoever. it goes to, and then bam, they send you an email, match you up, and then you can send it right out. I also
really
saw
great.
today that Shop Pickle, I guess it's like a clothing rental service. They have an office here in New York that you can also go donate stuff to, and they'll ship it out for you.
Wow.
So yeah, but also like GoFundMe's, all of that stuff is so crucial right now. So please, please, please,
Yeah.
if you can, like, let's do what we can to help those people out, because this is awful.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Unimaginable, truly.
I know.
But
Horrible.
on a lighter note, Isa,
On a lighter note.
how are your holidays? It's been a minute. We haven't done this in a second.
In a second. My holidays were lovely. I got to go home for a couple of days, and it was really great to see my family and just like spend some time with my parents. I'm an only child, so
In case you forgot.
I am literally like a baby when it comes to my parents. Like I go home and I'm like, Mom, Dad. Like I'm a child when I go home. And so like leaving that is very hard because then I'm like, no.
I don't want to be an adult.
I'm not an adult. Like I was
Yeah.
just being babied at home. But it only happened for like 48 hours. But I really
You
drank
milk
those
it.
in.
You milk it. No, I
Yeah.
do too. I literally can't like walk when I'm home. I'm like, Dad, can you get me this? Dad, can you make me a sandwich?
Like, can you
Like,
fix this thing that I don't even like?
Dad.
I've just been dealing with it for months. And can you just deal with it for me, please? I'm like, call my insurance company.
Yeah.
please. I have no idea what's going on.
It is so nice to go home and
It really
recharge,
is.
reset.
But then I spent New Year's Eve here with you.
Oh,
and
hey.
it was pretty chill.
You guys, we were so tame. I'll
so
say
tame.
it. We were so tame.
It was like
this year?
12:30, and I was like,
She's got to go. She
but
left.
I
You
worked,
worked.
but
No,
I
you had such a valid reason. Everyone left, and I was like, I'm sorry.
yeah.
It is literally New Year's Eve in New York City.
But
And
improvement.
it's 1 a.m.
Improvement because 2 years ago,
No, so true. You
She
guys,
did,
I
yeah.
didn't even make it to midnight 2 years ago. My first New Year's Eve here, it was literally 11:56. And I had to call an Uber. And Eli was like,
Okay.
can you wait 5 more minutes? Like, midnight is about to strike. And I was like, I can't. And I
like,
celebrated New Year's by myself in an Uber on my way home. And then I went home and got naked and ate corn dogs. And, like, that's just what had to be done.
and thank God. And then let's take a look at 2023.
Yeah.
And that pans out. We're getting there.
I think
We're
the
working
real
to it.
start is going to be on Monday, the 13th, which, you know what the 13th is?
Your
Yeah.
Okay, tell them.
Okay, you guys, my 3-year New York anniversary is on Monday, the 13th. And I think that is the start of the new year. Truly, I'm like, I think we should just restart then.
I'm down.
Because I have not fulfilled my resolutions so far. Week 1 hit, and I was like, well, there they go. But I think we should start fresh.
I'm here for that.
Thank you.
What do you have to share with the class? How were your holidays?
Oh, my holidays are fine. No, they're actually like really good. Like, not a lot of tears for once. For once, thank God. Godspeed. Yeah, no, the holidays were good. I was very fortunate to be surrounded by family and friends. Yeah, I had a great time. I was home for like a little over a week, which is a long time. It was unexpected. I didn't know when I needed to come back. I bought a one-way ticket and like told my bosses that the nanny family, I was like, let me know when you need me. I'll buy a ticket back.
Yeah.
And they didn't need me. So I just stayed. Like, why not? But it was great. It was so restful. Like, I can't even tell you the amount of days that me and my dad just like sat in the living room, watched TV, took naps. Like, not together, but like
You can take a nap with
but
your
together.
dad.
I binged Severance. You didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, I know this.
Thanks to Isa. Like, she's
You're
the one that put
welcome.
me on it. Just in time for season 2. Season 2 comes out next Friday, a week from today. No, I know.
Still too long. Like, why can't we just release it now?
No,
What's the
yeah,
wait
I'm like,
for?
come on. No, so I binged that. I watched the show True Detective.
Ooh.
That was really good that a guy recommended to me, which we'll get into. So
no.
I hate that it's associated with him, but it was really good, actually.
Ooh.
Only the first season. And he had told me that, too. He's like, only the first season's really good. And, like, each season's, like, a different, like, storyline. It's about detectives. Different
detectives.
cases, different detectives. So,
Yeah.
like,
Ooh.
yeah, no, the first season was really good. Yeah, so just very restful. I met my friend's baby, which was crazy.
Yo, that's wild.
No, oh my God. So my high school friends and I were very close. We have been doing a holiday get together since 2014, I think, was the first year we did it. So
Happy decade anniversary.
Thank you. But this was the first year with a baby there. And like he was so, oh my God, he is the most precious little being I've ever seen. Like, and holding him really unlocked like baby fever for me. I was like, oh, I'm ready. I don't know who I'm going to have this kid with, but I'm ready.
There are some babies that just do it.
He was just, I wish I could just hold a baby all day. Like, I think,
like,
they're just
maternal
so
instinct
sweet.
over there.
And then he would start crying and I'd like boost him up and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I know how to do this. No. So yeah, overall, great restful weekend. Week. Happy to be back. Kind of.
It feels like a soft start.
It's a soft start, as we've said. Back to work. It's just been a weird week. Like, I really set this week with intention of like, I'm gonna work out every single day and I'm gonna eat so healthy and I'm gonna go back to work and I'm gonna do this and this. And like, I had so many goals for this week and I'm like, at the end of the day, I feel like routines and resolutions or like whatever you want to implement into your life, you can do one at a time. It doesn't have to all be within the same week, because then I feel like that leads to burnout and getting overwhelmed.
100%.
And that was me this week. And so instead I hid in my bed and was very lazy.
But
so next week is the start.
Is the week.
It's the week. You guys aren't ready for it.
But I agree with you. I do think that like the little things, like just taking little steps a day, like over time, they become like your larger resolutions.
Yeah.
But like, you're right. It is very hard to just be like in 1 week, be like, okay, I'm in the gym. I don't ever order anymore. And like, I'm back on my shit. Like, it takes a second.
1 week. Yeah. And like this week, I didn't order any food.
See,
like,
and that's
that
one
was
baby
one
step.
thing. Did I go to the gym every day? No.
But you still
I
work
did
out,
one
though.
thing
Worked
this
out
week.
more than I did.
Yeah, we're working out tomorrow.
We are working
you
out
guys
tomorrow.
Are back.
We're going to Soul Cycle.
We're so back.
Stop. Over the holidays, shout out to Cam's cousin Taylor. We were having dinner and she looked at me and she was like, "Are you still doing Soul Cycle? Like, you're looking good, girl." And I was like, no.
Actually,
I was like, I stopped doing Soul Cycle after my like 5-month stunt where I was like,
I'm a Soul Cycle queen.
Posting my milestones, like 10 rides, 25 rides, birthday ride. And then all of a sudden I ghosted them in August.
Yeah.
No, but you know
what
why
was that
we
about?
ghosted?
We both did it. Why? Tell me.
We had this instructor.
No, that is why.
There's no way she listens to this podcast. But like, just if you do share, she's in Miami now. And that hurts even more because I'm like, there's a part of my heart in Miami. And the fact that Miami stole her from us, I'm like, don't make me move to fucking Miami. All right?
Just
don't
to take
make
another
me
class.
do it.
Share.
Don't make me do it. But she did move to Miami and I just loved her. Like, I was very nervous about getting back on my fitness journey, and she just created such a welcoming environment to work out in and like make you feel like special and like you belonged in that gym, which I didn't even know was possible. Like, people talk about experiences like that and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's a gym. Like, what do you mean? And I felt that way with her. And then she was gone and then I was like, well, whose class do I take? I don't really care anymore.
Like, why the fuck? No. And we had a Wednesday morning ritual too. Like, we would go every Wednesday morning to Cher's class. But now we work opposite schedules.
Well, now Isa works.
So now Isa fucking works. No, but we're gonna try Saturday morning.
We're gonna try Saturday
morning. We're gonna
mornings.
see how it goes. Stay tuned.
The theme tomorrow is teen angst.
So true.
And
I'm
you know
excited.
that we can still relate to that.
So Isa,
Yes.
while we're on the topic of New Year's,
Tell me.
do you have any personal resolutions that you're really trying to uphold this year?
I do. Let me see if I can find them. I would say there's a big one. Okay, I have 2 big ones. First of all, I really need to go to therapy. Like, so badly that it's not even funny anymore.
Sorry, I giggled.
But no, like giggle because it is kind of funny. Like, I'm talking about it on my podcast.
I'm
like,
giggling because I know this. Not that I'm like, oh my God, Isa needs therapy so bad, but like we've talked about it. I'm crashing out. Like, I am crashing out. I don't even know how to explain it. And I feel like when we started this podcast, like, I was like, I really like, it's okay to not be okay. No, bitch, it's not anymore. It's not okay anymore. I'm like, I want help. But so I'm going to get a therapist, okay?
But to those of you that are like, why don't you just get a therapist? Like, it's literally not that hard. Yeah,
sorry.
it is hard. Okay. When you're struggling with fucking depression and anxiety.
Also, the cost. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Looking up my insurance from Michigan that barely covers anything out here and cold emailing therapists being like, this is what's wrong with me and I really need help. And do you have any availability? Yeah, that's a lot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so don't come for me. Like, I'm going to do my best to try and implement that in my life. I've also been playing around with my medication. Don't ask questions, okay? I'm just going through this thing where I'm like, I can't tell anymore if the medication was helping or hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just testing out some new things. So that's one of my goals is therapy, and to try and make that my priority over like medication and just like upping my dosage when I feel sad. So that's a whole other conversation, but that's my one. And then my second is to be more financially responsible.
Love.
I am not financially responsible, but I will say actually in the first month of this year, I have been doing a lot better.
You did? Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'll tell you some personal reasons why later, but I'm just like, I'm kind of proud. And I feel like I'm going into this year a little more like prepared for what's to come financially. And I'm hopeful that I can kind of get on top of that idea in my life.
Well, I even clocked that you were doing that. You did it this week when I was like, do you want to do Soul Cycle? And you're like, can I let you know in a few days? I need to see if it fits into the budget this week. I was like, okay, budget. Like, I was proud of you. I was like, yeah, girl, let me know.
So yeah, I'm trying that out and it's been going okay. I'm like, I haven't hit zero yet in my checking, which is
that's something I was doing weekly. That's a start.
So we're doing well. Those are my big two. What about you?
Oh, okay. One is just being more conscious of what I'm putting in my body. I feel like I have a very bad habit of I'm not a breakfast person, and not in like I don't want that to come off in like a bad way. Like, I skip breakfast. I just don't
like.
No, I'm not hungry. I'm
like
just
breakfast.
not. I like breakfast food.
Mm-hmm.
I love breakfast food, but I'm just not hungry in the mornings. I never have been. Like, even growing up, I was just never a big breakfast person. So I don't really get hungry until like around lunchtime. So then I eat a little bit before work. I eat like a good dinner with the family I nanny. But then like I'm so hungry by the end of the day because I'm like not eating in the morning. But I'm like I don't know. So I'm trying to like. Basically, with all of that being said, then I get home from work and then I just like snack and like pig out. And then I like eat to the point where I'm like, oh, like I feel sick. Bad. Bad news. So this year I'm really trying to like be more mindful of like before work, eating like a good lunch, like a well-rounded lunch, eating my dinner, I make little bento boxes still.
I've seen them. They're cute.
I ate both of mine this week. So I'm like, okay, wow.
I know.
Snacking.
That's really great.
Yeah. And like, I just put like, I make like a little like veggie dip. I cut up cucumbers, gluten-free pretzels, some like I cut up, like chomps.
Yes.
Like I cut up some chomps and I do some cheese and like, I just like eat away at that.
That's really great.
But just being more mindful of what's going in my body and like also in terms of like alcohol, like New York is such a toxic place when it comes to drinking culture. Like it's just such a social thing. Like you go out with someone, you get drinks. Like you go to a party, you drink. You like, and I guess you don't have to, but I do personally. Right. And so yeah, just being more mindful of like how much alcohol I'm putting in my body, how much pop I'm putting in my body. Oh, I used to not drink pop at all, and now I've gotten onto a pop like bender, and I need to stop.
Pop like makes a comeback.
It does. Like, it came out of nowhere, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't drink pop for like 10 years, and now all of a sudden I'm like, like it's not necessary.
When you're a kid, I feel like it's so fun to drink pop, and it's so like wrong because it's bad for you. And then you become a teenager or like a little older and you're like, I don't even really want pop. Exactly. Like I'll just drink fucking water. Yeah. But now I'm like, a little Diet Coke.
No, why is my fridge stocked with Coke at all time? Like what? Who did I become? Like, also, I don't even like caffeine. Like, it hurts my stomach when I drink it. It just tastes good.
You're so funny. I'm like, there is barely any caffeine.
No, it hurts my stomach, though. I drink one Coke, my stomach hurts.
You guys, have we talked about this before? But sometimes I just look at Riley and I remember that she doesn't consume any caffeine, and I literally freak out. Like, I'm like, how do you function? Like, even, okay, Cameron, he doesn't drink that much coffee, but like, he'll drink caffeine. Like, he dabbles.
Yeah.
Like, but you literally just wake up and you're like, here I am. Like, I wake up and I'm like, if I don't get caffeine in me, like, I will hurt somebody.
I don't know. I guess I just like never started, so I don't know
What a strength.
what that journey is.
Don't start.
I won't. I'll
like-
tell you right now, I'll be shitting my brains
God,
out
everything
forever.
in this world, everything in our world right now, it's just a vice. It is. I'm like,
really
oh,
is.
you get
I'm
so
like,
hooked.
why is that the theme of this year?
Like, even Soul
Vices.
Cycle. Vices.
Oh.
Oh. But like, what is that about? Like, you start like a workout class and then it's like, it becomes a fucking addiction.
Everything's an addiction.
It's
God
addiction
damn.
culture these days, guys.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, so being more mindful of what I'm putting in my body. Back to the resolutions.
Love that.
And 2, I'm trying to go on more. I need to stop hitting the table. I'm trying to go on more dates. No, I hate it. I hate it. You know,
I'm
I do.
excited. I'm proud of you because I think that that's a lot harder than it sounds, because not only are
is.
you just like going on dates, but like you're putting yourself out there.
Yeah, which is
And as we have learned, that's really difficult because people suck.
you guys, like there was an episode I listened to it recently. Actually, we made an episode. It was one of our first episodes. I think
Why
it was
would you listen
number
that
7?
far back?
No, it was a mistake.
It was a bad one?
It was really bad.
Would you guys hate us if we deleted like the first like I think about that sometimes.
I'm what if we just got rid of
Can
No,
I-
we can't, because the growth is so important, the journey. But I listened to this old episode that we did. It was the one on dating and relationships that we did like in 2023. I'm not telling you guys the name of it, so you don't go listen.
I'm so for
I don't think we knew how to edit. Personally, like we didn't cut anything. There would be the longest. I need you to listen to it. 'cause- No, there would be the longest pause. It would be like, so yeah. Like, I'm like, why didn't we cut? Like, oh my God, it hurt to listen. Anyway, so I listened back to that episode that we did on dating and relationships. Isa is in a long-term relationship. She's basically married. So, like, nothing to contribute on that end.
Sorry, guys.
Of New York dating, at least. But at that time, like, I really wasn't exploring the dating scene. Like, I just wasn't. I was still new to the city, figuring it out.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I have been through the trenches. I have been through the trenches since then, and I'm here to share today with you guys how it's going. But all of that being said, because of what I'm about to tell you, going on more dates is a resolution. I'm trying to go on 2 a month, which I feel like is crazy.
That's so good.
Well, I haven't even had one yet.
Yeah,
so.
but let's say you followed through with that as much as you can. Like you would have met and tried to
24
date.
dates. Well, and
about
I'm
24 people.
hoping that like I'd go on one date and then it would go well. So the second date a month would be with maybe the same person, if not a different person.
Here.
So potentially 24 dates, different dates, maybe the same person mixed in. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know, you guys. Dating in your mid-20s, like, I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Genuinely, I would not.
Tell us.
Okay, so you guys, I did a dating Wrapped. I'm going to pull it up for you.
I'm pumped. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm excited.
Okay. Actually, it's just like a list of things. Like, it's not like statistics or anything.
Statistics would have been crazy.
Imagine I make like a whole PowerPoint.
I was like, where'd you get these from?
Okay. So, this is my 2024 dating Wrapped. You can't see it. I'm like, wait, no, you can't. Okay. So
It's like when the influencers do like
I'm like-
the
okay. So in 2024, I reset my Hinge account once. I like started fresh. I deleted it and like made a new account.
Okay.
So that only happened once.
Okay.
I went on 2 first dates.
Great.
No, it's not. I'm like,
who were they?
No,
I
you know.
remember.
Biologist and Walk Across America. Those
Oh
are
my
their.
God,
That's it.
was Olive Oil the year before that?
Yes. End of 20, in which he's about to be mentioned. Do you guys like the code names? Because I do.
I think technically his code name was Oregano.
It is.
But
I knew
I just,
exactly.
like, I wanted to
When
go a
you
little
said-
step
when you
further.
said olive oil, I knew. I was like,
okay, so biologist and
Okay.
Walk Across America, man.
We're the 2 first dates.
Okay.
2 second date. And I went on 2 second dates.
Same.
Same. And 1 third date.
Biologist.
Yes. I love that you know.
Of course I know.
Of course. She stays up to date. So 2 first dates, 2 second dates, 1 third date.
Okay, that is pretty good, Riley.
Thanks.
Also, like, there's, like, a lot happens in a year. Like, you can't
Yeah.
always be, like, putting a bunch of time into people that you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, that is
well,
something.
and I was, like, thinking, I was, like, going through each month yesterday, like, making this, and I was like, okay, like January, I didn't do anything.
We were on a cruise.
Yeah, like
We forgot to talk about that.
There were so many months that I took a break from dating. Like April, didn't touch it. Like October through like October, November, didn't touch it. Like there's just like, so I'm like, you know what? I'll take my two dates and stick with it. Okay, whatever. So then, okay, we just did that. 1 8-minute long voice memo from a man I left in 2023.
Olive oil. The 8-minute voice memo.
That witch laugh that just came out of me. I wish I could play it for everyone. I wish I could, honestly.
The way I kind of forgot about that, and it just brought up so much joy.
You guys, it was crazy.
Some of y'all are crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm just so irresistible.
Like, do you guys ever think about that? Like, how crazy people are sometimes? Like, you're like, wow, that behavior just exposed a side of you that I am so glad you just exposed.
Glad. You guys, basically, I'll give you the long story short. The guy that sent me the 8-minute long voice memo, I went on one date with him in December of 2023 and then ended it. I was just like, you know what? Not a match. And left it at that. Then fast forward to April of 2024 when I had restarted my Hinge account. Remember the one reset? And that's when I get the 8-minute long voice memo about if I'm ready to be in a relationship, why am I not in a relationship with him? I restarted my account, so that means I'm ready to date. So why not with him? I told him I wasn't ready to date. That's why.
And then, I'm sorry, can I add something?
Yeah, you can.
And then
add
he
whatever.
proceeded to like blame you for all of these feelings that he was having internally.
He's like, I'm
talking about like his fucking family and how he's in the worst spot of his life. And it's like, okay, I met you 2 months ago.
I'm sorry,
like,
we went on one singular
I don't
date.
know you like that.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, so next. One situationship from 2023 that unfortunately is still around. He
really has been around.
He's been around. It's going on 2 years.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Aren't you lucky?
Aren't you lucky? And then last but not least, 7 different guys who ghosted me / unmatched me.
Yeah, fuck them.
And that's it.
God.
And that's the dating
I
wrapped.
just remembered another guy.
Who? Is there a
Hampton's man. 6'4" man, I think is
6'8"
what we called him. 6'8" man.
6'8" man hasn't left me alone.
And that is unfortunately what the trenches of New York look like right now.
No, you guys, I know 6'8" man sounds really sexy, but I'll tell you here on the podcast. Sorry, trigger warning. He asked me to drain his balls. And then I ghosted him.
I feel like that's the only fair response.
Like a moment of silence for that.
For that comment, because don't you ever dare ever say
Also,
that to anyone.
chivalry is, I'm sorry, it's so dead. Like,
died years ago.
please drain my
Decades.
balls. I'm so sorry. No?
No. Every time you say it, it's just like, it doesn't get better.
I feel, it makes me cringe.
Yeah, like skin crawling.
Like, there's other ways to say that. You don't have to say drain my balls.
You don't have to say that. Like, we understand the
also,
process
guys, this is
of...
before I met him. Like,
No.
I'm so sorry. Like, we didn't have any lead up to that. Like, it was right off the bat, drain my balls. So anyway, the trenches, they're tough.
Mhm.
I'm
coming out soon.
hopefully I'm coming out soon. I hope. Let's manifest a good date sometime in 2024.
Yes.
I have a lot of weddings coming up. I need a date. So if anyone knows anyone that's single,
Anyone.
I trust you guys. I trust you.
We do trust you.
And that's it. That's the 2024 dating wrapped. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. You guys, I just want to come on here and say that Bad Bunny released a new album. And it is unfortunately like ruining my life. If you haven't seen anything about it, it's called Debí tirar más fotos. And it basically translates to I should have taken more photos. And it's about like just culture and like Puerto Rico and his life and his family and like love and like his love for his family, for his culture, for his people, and also for like women and people and relationships. And it just seems like my first impression from the whole album is just like an overarching sense of like love and culture. Like culture, when I say that as well. Sorry, we're doing this a lot today.
We are. It's because we have a table in front of us.
I know we never have a table. But it is just such, like, he infused so much music. And like by that I mean styles of Latin music and Latin dance in his songs with his own like fucking like beat drops and like reggaeton, and it's just like I have just been seeing such a response to the album, and so many people being like, I had never cried to reggaeton before because you're usually shaking your ass, but now like he has found a way to make it like you want to shake your ass but you're also like and it's just so good. And there's this trend on TikTok right now about Debí tirar más fotos because there's also a song called it.
You sent me your take.
And it's just so good. Like people are stitching it with like videos and pictures of people that they've lost. And the lyrics it's just amazing. The trend in the song, it translates to, I should have taken more photos when I had you with me. I should have given you more kisses and hugs the times that I could have. And it's just so fucking sad. But then it's like in the beat behind it is like da 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 da. Like it's just, you guys, I don't know. I'm feeling really connected to it, and so I'm gonna be insufferable about it for a long time. Also to my New Yorkinos out there, or just my white people in New York, he also released a song called Nueva York, which is I also love the name of the song because New York in Spanish is Nueva York. Right? York. There is a K in there. Mm-hmm. No one fucking says the K. If you're Puerto Rican or Cuban or Dominican, you drop the last letter of the word that you say, and it's either like it's an L. And so Nueva York, right, is actually how people say New York here.
Instead of
Nueva York.
Yeah.
Nueva York. Nueva York. You know? Oh, Nueva York. That's what it's like, right? And so he released a song, and it's called Nueva York, and he spells it like that, and it's fucking disgustingly amazing. It's sickening. Like, I need to shake my ass immediately, and it's January. So anyway, big cultural moment for the Latinos out there. If you're listening and you haven't listened yet, you should listen to it. And if you're just like not Latino, you should listen to it too, because I think it's so beautiful. I think that the music's really good. And you know what? I'll say it. White people love Spanish music, and as you should. It's fucking great.
They do. Do you have a favorite on the album?
Yes. Okay, so I think right now, probably my favorite is Debí tirar más fotos, just because it's like the one. But also Nueva York is like up there, and I would say Baile Inolvidable, which means inevitable dance. And he released a song about fucking Kendall Jenner on there, of course, and it's called Tourist. I'm like, you get her! But it's sad. And he's like, you were a tourist in my life, but like, unfortunately, like I'm real. Like I have real problems, and like you wanted a good time, and boy, did we have a good time.
Oh my God.
I know! Like he's ripping my heart out.
Okay.
But anyway, so Not From Here endorses Bad Bunny. You should listen to that album. Please, God, please.
Absolutely.
What else is going on in pop culture, Rye Guy?
Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. It ends with us.
Is it ever going to end?
No, it ends in court. That's where it fucking ends. You should just say, hit the plan.
We forgot to talk about the Golden Globes, but they weren't there.
No, they weren't there.
Which is...
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, good.
I saw a video.
I'm glad they weren't there, honestly.
I saw a video of Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Hugh Jackman walking down the street.
Please.
Because they're besties.
They're
I'm
besties.
like, Hugh, get out of there, buddy. Get out, Hugh. Hugh, come this way. Don't.
All I will say about the It Ends With Us drama, I believe that two things can be true at the same time. Because I have gone, and Isa knows, I've gone back and forth on whose side I'm on. And you know what? Honestly, the media is so persuasive. It is crazy how persuasive it is. Because one second I will be so, from the start, like when everything happened, I was like, over the summer when Blake was being painted in a negative way, I was so team Justin Baldoni. And I would die on that hill. And everyone knew that. And then when this lawsuit came out, after reading it and like seeing all the shit that happened, I'm like, oh no, it's Blake Lively has been done wrong. And now his side is coming out again. And there's just like so much information that obviously like I don't know what's true. I wasn't fucking there. Who am I to be like, yeah, this is what happened? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
But I believe that two things can be true at the same time. I believe that maybe some sketchy behavior was happening on that set that crossed many boundaries and should not happen in any professional setting. I also believe that Blake Lively may have been doing some things as well, especially when it came to the promotion of the movie. It was
the final cut as well.
the final cut. Like, there was a lot of things that happened on both ends. And so two things can be true at the same time. I'm very curious to see how it all pans out in the end.
I know.
But thoughts and prayers to everyone
Thoughts and prayers
involved.
to
Like,
all of them.
I'm sorry that's happening. And I'm sad at the end of the day that a movie about domestic violence has erupted into this big drama infested thing.
100%.
And it can't just be about the movie anymore.
Right.
It's about all the drama behind it.
Should have always been about the art, about
Yeah.
the message, and especially as actors, like, what are you doing
What are you
creating
doing?
such a big
Yeah.
big ruckus? Like, there's a story being told. There are other artists working on this project, and I agree with you. I think multiple things could have happened at the same time, and I think that at the end of the day, it's like, damn, you guys kind of dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. Speaking of Hugh Jackman, who's he dating?
The Music Man left the group chat. Like, he left his wife, left the group chat, and now he's with Sutton Foster.
Like, holy shit.
That's crazy. Simply because he was in such a long marriage.
Yeah. How long? Do you know how long they were together? It's
No.
fine. But it was long.
But it was long.
It was long.
and I'm like, okay.
But also, like, I just think of all like the Broadway lore with Sutton Foster in particular and Christian Borle and like their marriage, and like she already has gone through a divorce from like theater like showmances.
Yeah.
And so the fact that another showmance is like
Arising.
like, it's just crazy.
It arose. It's here.
It's crazy.
It's following us now.
And then did you see all the like? Did you see their like paparazzi pictures of them like holding hands and stuff? No, it's like all the comments are like they called the paps. Like they wanted everyone to see them because they're like
well, especially now that Hugh is hanging out with Blake and Ryan, I'm like, oh God.
I don't know. So stay tuned for that, everyone.
Yikes.
Keep
Yeah.
that on your radar.
The Music Man, he's loose.
You saw the show. Like, was the chemistry
Oh,
crazy?
I saw the show on closing night.
I know you did.
Yeah, the chemistry was good. I mean, I didn't think they were gonna like run off into the sunset together, but I guess you never know what happens behind closed doors.
And that is the
And
message
that's
of today.
The message of today: vices and what happens behind closed doors.
Great. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We
Thank
missed you.
We did. We really did. But we're back now. We should be back to regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
So yeah.
Even though this episode's not coming out on a Friday.
No, but
it's fine.
it's
life. We're just girls.
That's life. Thank you so much to Noah Wisniewski, our social media manager. You are amazing. Thank you for all of your hard work. And be sure to check out the YouTube channel for all of his edits and work on there.
If you want to keep up with us on social media, our @ is @notfromhere.podcast. That is NOTFROMHERE.PODCAST. And as always, I'm Riley Klauza.
I'm Isa Rodriguez, and we are definitely not from here.
Bye.
Bye.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
Thank you.